Next question. Thank you. How can you handle team conflicts? Great question. So first of all, I want to emphasize that team conflicts are inevitable in any team and in any organization. Now, when I come to my new team as a coach, and if people are telling me that, Aina, don't worry, there is no conflicts in the team, we are working together and everything is great, it's the red flag to me, the first red flag, because it means that the conflicts are hidden, because all of us are humans and we can't live without small or big conflicts. So if there is no big conflicts, it's fine. Maybe the team is on the performance stage and it's really great, like people are addressing to me, but still they have small conflicts. They are just able to navigate them themselves among the team, or if they have a scrum master or a product owner who is helping them in resolving the small level of conflicts. But if there is no conflict, it's never truth. So I use observation, one-on-one communications. So these are my two main tools. You can also use surveys and interviews to identify the conflicts and identify the source of conflict. That is what's most important. First, if you come to the team and you see there is no conflict, you need to identify what hidden conflicts are happening in this moment. But since you asked me the question, how can you handle team conflict? It means that you already have the conflict. So identify the source of the conflict. This is your first step. And how can you do it? As I just mentioned, my two main tools, observation and one-on-one. If you don't feel comfortable observing or like talking one-on-one, use surveys or interviews like as initial stage. And the common source of conflict is, first of all, mismatching expectations. So this is my top one. Then different personality types, also communication gaps and power dynamics. So these are my top sources of conflict. And how can you handle this? So if there are mismatching expectations, team agreement, or if they already had team agreement, revisiting team agreement would be the best solution for this. So for example, if I am always late for 5 minutes and the other person can't stand if someone is late even for 10 seconds, but we never spoke up openly about it, it's mismatching expectation. Or even if we spoke already and I agreed to come on time, but I'm still coming late and keeping apologize, or sometimes even not apologize. So definitely we need to agree on that. And if we agree, if I am a team member, I need to show the respect to my other peer. And if I don't show the respect, again, as a coach, I try to figure out what is happening. Maybe this person has a child or a kid they need to bring to school, and then there is a traffic and they try to come to work on time. Unfortunately, they can't, so they are 5 minutes late and they are shy to address it to the team because they might be afraid that their yearly bonus is going to be on stake, or the team members won't understand them, or like any other reason. So first of all, you need to have trust with your team and have one-on-one and ask what is actually happening, why you are late. So if there is no reason and you're sure that the person is not shy and it's really just the person is not that organized, maybe help this person with some organizational techniques like I don't know, set up an alarm or like do something to be better, because you are professional and it's basic skills. If this is not happening, you had team agreement, the person agreed to be on time and still is not on time, so nothing helped, unfortunately. So this issue needs to be escalated to the managers or someone above, unfortunately. But most of the time, this conflict is solved during one of your workshops to understand the expectations and then agree on these expectations or to negotiate the expectations. Again, in my example, if the person can't come to the meeting on time, maybe we need to move this meeting. Or if it's impossible to move this meeting, maybe we just make it 25 minutes long instead of 30 minutes long. So instead of coming at 8:30, we will start it at 8:35. And if this helps, if the person is on time at 8:35, it's okay. But if the person comes at 8:40, again, it's already the problem with the person which needs to be escalated. Different personality types. In this case, again, I would recommend a workshop. One of my favorites is Myers-Briggs test, 16 personalities. I know some are big fans of this test, some hate this test, but I'm not asking to do the test itself. What I do in my workshop is bringing up 16 types of personalities and try to identify, at least like on the high level, which personality is you, and then show the opposite personality and try to ask the team to combine like strengths and weaknesses. So instead of seeing just weaknesses of your opposite type, try to find the strengths and try to utilize the strengths. We are team members, we work together. So if we are the same, if we have the same skills, if we are the same personality, it's going to be very difficult for us to work together and to be innovative and achieve success. So for example, I have soft skills and I am quite an emotional person. So definitely it's easier for me to communicate with someone else who has soft skills and also can understand my emotions instead of talking to someone with hard skills who doesn't understand why I'm so emotional, why I am sharing my personal life with them, why not for me just to keep quiet and keep working on my task. But if I have team members like me, we would just collaborate, communicate, share ideas, innovate, create strategy, but I am not an executor. And whoever is like me, this person is also not the executor. People with hard skills are great executors. So if we can learn about each other's weaknesses and strengths and utilize them. So for me, instead of focusing on another person, like why they are not listening to my personal lives, they can be a little bit more sympathized, but focused on their hard skills and ask them or delegate them or like share the responsibilities, something what I cannot do. And the opposite for them, like why she's so like fluffy, but use this my personality type and my personality strengths maybe to collaborate their issues with stakeholders. So that's how you can solve the conflict on personality types. Communication gaps, again, review the information radiators, review the meetings, like the purpose of the meetings, are the right people in the meetings, and again, the reasons why there are communication gaps. Is that just because people don't like talking to each other or because they are not invited to the right meetings? Again, it's very individual, but normally investigation, the root cause and why this communication gap is happening, and then create the workshop and agreement helps. And power dynamic. Sometimes we have new team members who are on the Dunning-Kruger curve, like on the top of this mountain. And we have experts in the team who've been working for like 20 or 30 years already. So this might cause power dynamics between these two individuals. The person who is on Dunning-Kruger effect will think about themselves that they know everything and they don't need micromanaging from the expert, or the opposite. The expert might believe that they've been in the organization forever and they are too important and too busy, so they might not pay attention to someone who is new, and this person feels like they're disrespected. So any conflicts on these power dynamics. So again, team agreement would be helpful with that. Also, the third party, like Scrum Master or product owner, to help them to navigate the conflict. So where this power dynamic lies, is it related to work, or is it related to a personal feeling? If it's that, to work. If the new team member feels like they know everything, but they don't, so just let them fail. Give them do something not really important, so you will have time to pivot after their failure, but let them see themselves in the reality. Let them fail and then help them to figure out the way how to deal with that. So this will reduce the power dynamic among the less experienced people with the experts who feel that they are very important. It's a bit different, but maybe here you can utilize their importance in a little bit different way. So instead of being in command, or instead of being disrespectful, just coach a new team member and learn how to work together when you are a coach, and when you are responsible for this individual success. Not you are just responsible for the project success, but you are responsible on this individual growth. So if the new individual, the new team member is not growing for like few weeks or months, their skills are the same. So it's going to be on you, not on them. I know it might sound unfair. It also depends on a new team member, how like they learn and how fast they progress. But for this exercise, it's just to switch the power dynamic in the expert and to teach them how to be more respectful and to be a coach, not just an expert in the team. So definitely this exercise at the end can fail or get successful. So if it fails, still, it's not, we are not aiming the result for like the new team member become an expert after the coaching. The purpose of the exercise is to teach the expert individual on how to be a team player rather than being arrogant. So that ensures my answer. And also one more thing, if we are not sure about the source of conflict, or if we want to investigate the conflict in depth, there is a great exercise called conflict mapping. So you probably know like user story mapping, data mapping, but there is also like conflict mapping. It's a fun exercise, again, facilitated in Miro, or at least I facilitated in Miro. So where people write all conflicts they have in the team, and then we try to map like using affinity mapping or like any other techniques based on how many conflicts they have, like are they personal or like data related conflicts. And sometimes it shows interesting results, like most conflicts in the team are happening on Wednesday. And then we try to investigate why is it Wednesday, and then appeared that Wednesday is day one of sprint planning, and the team members are fighting about user stories, who is going to pick up which user story. So it's something to watch for a Scrum Master or a product owner during the sprint planning and during the backlog refinement on like roles and responsibilities, and which story is more suitable for which individual, and again like coming to the team agreement about who is doing which part of work. Or like the opposite, the most conflicts can be happening on Monday. And why on Monday? Because on Tuesday we are having the sprint review, and people feel like so tense that again they have spill stories to the next sprint, and they have nothing to show, and then they need to work overtime on Monday to complete the stories. So this leads to the conflict. So again, something to navigate during the sprint, during the daily stand-ups, and see the progress of this idea. Now, these are the examples of some like inventions during the conflict mapping or like unexperienced results, try this exercise and let me know if you find out something unexpected, and we'll be very much happy to hear your feedback. And thank you for this question.